There we go. I think. I think this is working. We'll find out in a second. Yes. Hi, Lori here from the Goodbye Good Girl Project. Let's get out of dogma. Let's get out of Dodge. Let's get out of dogma. Okay? Let's get into what really works. Okay? We're going to get out of, hey, you, hello, you. We're going to get out of this idea of here, we need another 3-step process to be happy. Let's get out of the dogma. We've been sitting in the spiritual shoulds, the religious shoulds, all that crap for a long time. We know there's some truth there somewhere, but what's been happening is we've been stuck and then blaming ourselves. It's not our fault. Not your fault. Not your fault. Nope, there's a whole set of rules that you don't even know that you've been following. There's a whole set of internalized settings, brain settings, emotion settings, all kinds of settings that you didn't even know you had. And if you did, you probably didn't think you had any ability to shift them, change them, impact them, right? You didn't even know. Not your fault. It's not. We've been very, very much trained. And what I do, hi, Christy, what I do is I show you the place that binds you, and it's not within you. You know how all of the spiritual and the personal growth stuff that we do is always about fixing us? It's like, oh, you're screwed up, so you have to fix it before you can be better. I'm here to show you fundamentally nothing wrong with you, which is really weird because you're like, well, if that's true, Lori, then how come my life is crazy? And that is a beautiful frickin' question. I hope you're asking that question. I love deep, intense questions that seem unanswerable, but really are if you'll just go looking. Right? Why is it that you believe that you are made of divine energy, you are made of divine stuff, and yet your life is crazy? What the hell? Not that life never gets crazy. It does. I met a guy once who lost 12 family members to being unalived by various illnesses. 12 of them. 12 within 1 year. Yeah, life gets really crazy. But when you sit there and you go, it's all my fault and I have to fix it, you are actually responding to patriarchal programming. It's in your neurology, it's in your fascia, which underlines all of your skin, holds all of your organs together, and your nervous system and your emotional settings. You've been programmed, and I want to show you the way that you've been programmed, and I want to show you, because once you see it, it's that whole the truth shall set you free thing, where you go, holy crap, it's not me. I can stop beating the crap out of myself, and I can start doing something different. What a concept. Do something different, really? Excuse me. Hey, Kat. Let me pull a card for us, this human community we're in. Oh, this is very good. So it's reversed, but 6 of Cups. So here's what we've got to learn to do, and this reminds me of the meeting that I had today, which is for you if you're a woman, and if you're in business in any way whatsoever, whether you've got your own business or you're working for someone else, but if you are in business and you are spiritually minded and you are a woman, you are going to want to register for my free Thursday meeting because it is getting so personally safe, comfortable, and open. And people are helping each other, and it's like it's on fire. All right. This card for us as the collective is remember family. And I'm not talking about blood family only, not by a long shot. In fact, I'm not even talking about blood family first. I'm talking about the family, the people that you connect with, that you go, holy crap, you are my sister, my brother, my cousin in spirit. Hi, Maya. This is you. We've got to start becoming more open, more connective, more real. Please understand something. If I had the magic pill for this, I would just give it away for free. Whatever pain you're feeling, you're not alone. You're not the only one feeling that. We are so good at pretending everything is just fine. Everything's good over here. I'm fine. How are you? I'm fine. Well, you know what? If you would just open up like I did today in my group and go, here's what's really happening for me, you would find that people are all in. Not because, listen, asking for help, sharing who you are and how you are, is not you begging for rescue. That is not what it is. That's you being generous enough with yourself and trusting enough of them to say, here's what's happening. Can you hold me in respect with this? And can you help me move forward through it? And that's everything. That's everything. We need this. And you know where it starts? Inside. It starts inside. Starts inside. What does that mean? What are you talking about? It starts inside. What are you talking about? Okay, first of all, are you aware of how you feel? On a daily basis, are you aware at any point within your day how you're feeling? Because it's important. It's only the most fucking critical thing ever. Ever. Excellent, Christy. Hey, Terry. Hi, honey. Hi, Divine. When you're aware of how you feel, this is a piece of information that a lot of people don't have. A lot of people have no idea what I mean when I say, do you know how you feel? They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine. We've been learned to look at our emotions from our head. Yeah, I live in that part of the country and I love that accent, by the way. So, hey. But thank you, Christy. I'm gonna turn on my light so you can see me just a little bit better. So we've been learned to think our emotions. How do you feel? I'm fine. Really? What does fine feel like? I don't know. I'm okay. I'm not needing rescue right now. Look, especially women have been enculturated to believe that if we ask for help, we are asking for rescue, we are asking for something that means that we're less than, and it's all a load of crap. All of that stuff. It's just a load of crap. You're asking to be heard. Do you know what percentage of women get funding for their business opposed to how much funding men get for like all different kinds of things, that ways you can get funding, venture capital and grants? Do you know how much? Guess? Give me your best guess. If you already know, don't say it. But give me your best guess of what percentage out of 100 men get of funding and what percentage women get. I'd love to see your guesses because I'm gonna tell you. Because it's actually really shocking. What do you think? What percentage of men get funding for their businesses as opposed to what percentage of women out of 100% get funding for their business on a regular basis? I need just one answer. Just take a guess. No, you think it's like 50-50? Thank you, Christy. Appreciate it. Anybody else? What do you think the split is here for women versus men getting funding for their businesses? I'm not sure, Terry, what that means. What does 100, 2, and 30 mean? And Divine Dream, thank you. 70, got it. Oh, Christy, you said you take it. It's not 50-50. Yeah, it's not. Okay, here it is. Ready? Men get 98, 97% of the funding, the loans, the venture capital, the grants, the everything. 97 to 98%. Oh my MFN God. It's the truth. Look it up. 97 to 98%. Do you wonder why so many women that you may know who try to start their businesses go out of business? Do they have the support they need? No. So you know what's happening? We are coming forward for each other and going, wait a minute, we're going to support each other. Screw that stuff. So I have an idea. See what you think of it. On this trajectory of let's make spirituality practical, what are we talking about when we're talking about spirituality and business? Well, when you're talking about spiritual anything, you're talking about all of life. There's no aspect of it that's left untouched. Because if you're really, really looking at what spirituality is, it is not dogma. It is not spiritual isms. It is not phrases that sound good but can't be applied. It is not religion. It is not trust your heart. It is not have faith. It's not that stuff. When you hear something like that, what you need to be doing at this time in your life, this time in human evolution, you need to be asking how. How? What does it mean? How do I make that? How do I apply that to my own life so that I see and feel the difference today? Not, yeah, keep meditating. When you're 94, maybe you'll feel something. No. We have the wind at our backs now, you guys. This is such an incredibly pregnant time. And the thing is that we're the ones who are pregnant. We may not even know it. You absolutely have to know something. All of the stuff that you've been taught, all of the stuff that you've gone out and learned on your own, you've gone looking for answers. You've gone looking for, how do I make my life better? How do I fix the things that that seem to be holding me back? What do I do? You've been taught it from the wrong perspective. You've not been given all the tools that are yours by birthright. You were given this tool. And I don't mean you only have that one, but you were told, look at this one. This is the one. Look at your mind. Look at your strategies. Look at your sense of, look at everything through your head. How are you? I'm fine. Really? I became aware very early, although I didn't know what to do about the knowledge, that when somebody said to me, how are you? I was always looking up internally. I was looking to my brain to tell me, how you feel? I feel fine. I'm fine. I'm okay. Bullshit. You're so much more than that. You might be better than fine. You might be ecstatic. You might be having the worst frickin' day of your life. You might be confused. You might be in love. Why not share this stuff? Everybody's doing it. Everybody's got the same emotional palette. How are you today? Well, I'm here. I'm okay, but I'm also really grieving today. Really? Why? What's wrong? We want to know. We want to connect to each other, because otherwise, what the fuck are we doing here? Seriously, what are you fucking doing here? Are you here to prove you can make some money? Who gives a shit? Does that make you a really happy person? Ask the people in Washington. Not one of those MFers is happy. Not one. Not one. Hi, no name. So if money is not the magic pill, although God knows we need money, let's not pretend we're stupid about this. We're not fucking idiots. I need money. I need to pay my rent. I need to travel if I want to travel. Yeah, usually I need money, but there may be other ways, but still, it's just easier if I got money. But let's not be dumbasses and go, I need money in order to be happy, because trust me, if that were true, Steve Jobs would have been happy. That was not a happy man. You're dizzy. Why? Is it because of what I'm saying, or are you just dizzy? Do you need help? Do you need us to call 911? What's going on, Terry? Let us know, honey. Money is not going to make you happy. It's going to give you relief. It's going to give you some incredible relief. But it ain't going to make you happy, baby. Here we are living these lives where we're trying so many things, and we're going to workshops, and we're doing all of these different things, and we're just dizzy. Okay, do you need us to do anything? You let us know. So if you need us to call 911, you just tell us your address and we'll call 911. Okay? Okay, honey, take a breath, take a deep breath, and lie on the ground. Just go lie, or your bed, just lie down. Okay? Just take deep breaths and lie down. Okay. We got to take care of each other, you guys. How do you want to feel today? Do you want to be in this never ending craziness of, God, I can't be happy yet? I don't have the money or the lover or the whatever, the health. I mean, health is the health and money are the hardest ones. If you don't have your health and you don't have any money, that is like feet to the fire stuff, right? So let's say you're not in that place. Let's say you're in a lesser place. Well, a greater place, really. A place where you're like, I'm just not happy. Can you be happy? No, I don't have that thing. What if you don't need that thing to be happy? What if your emotions, what if your nervous system, what if everything that you think about, what if you could actually allow, oh, this is so blasphemous. What if you could actually allow yourself to have a moment of relief? What? And what if, in letting yourself have that moment of relief, you could understand something you didn't understand yesterday? By you deliberately going, you know what, instead of continuing to kick my own ass, I'm going to give myself a moment of relief and I'm going to feel better and I'm going to watch my life improve today and realize that I have power. Oh, God, the church doesn't want you to have that. The patriarchal rules do not want you to be doing that. We just got a card out here. You guys came out. Oh, it's got two of them. Does it have two of them or is it just really thick? I guess it's just really thick. Interesting. Queen of Cups. Oh, it's about letting yourself have the lushness of your emotional body. Wow. Sometimes it doesn't feel so good. I know. I've been having days like that. These last few days have been not so comfy. But here's the thing. You can have an uncomfortable day. You can have shit going down, and you make it worse when you suffer it. When you suffer the suffering. Oh, how could I be feeling this? Oh, I'm the worst person in the world. Oh, God hates me. These things make it worse, make it last longer. So I went looking for, so what is it? What's the answer? How can we look at this in such a way that we understand how to let ourselves off the hook? I can't let myself off the, no. The rules say you have to suffer in order to win. And really? How has suffering, other than in some like massive, like spiritual turn in life, like some of the stories of the great beings and things like that, other than those like maybe four stories in the history of humankind, have you ever found that suffering led to your happiness? When? Nowhere. We think, and we are wrong, that there's only one prescribed way to do stuff in this earth. There's only the patriarchal way. There's only the masculine only way. There's only the men getting 97 and 98% of all the funding for their business and women getting 2 point something percent. We think, well, shit. Don't sell yourself so short. Don't do it. Don't do it. Especially if you are spiritually minded and you have all of these dogmas, these isms, these thou shalts, these possibilities, these like all of this stuff going on in your head that tells you that there's more, and then you keep collapsing back into the patriarchal tower. I want you to do something for yourself. I want you to ask some questions that make you feel empowered, and that means anything besides hopeless. And when I say hopeless, what I'm talking about is this sort of base idea that we've got that we're only human, not true, that we have no power over our lives unless we have lots of money, not true, Everything about limitation is bullshit. Every last bit of it is bullshit. Does that mean we can't be stopped or waylaid or slowed down by illness and poverty and, people who are SAing us and things like that? Does not mean that. We can be slowed down. What I'm trying to say is there is absolutely nothing absolute that limits you in your life. Not one. Not one thing. Not one thing. Nothing. Fundamentally, you are capable of any freaking thing you can imagine. Now, if you take that literally, and I hope you will, how far does that mean you can go? Can you grow wings? Not currently, probably because our consciousness is not that far advanced that we realize what this is made of, which is energy. We don't have the real experiential feeling of, oh, I'm just an energy dance here. If we had that, we could maybe grow some wings. What we need more than wings right now is for this to realize that this comes first. That's what we need first. Do I really only have one person in here with me? And whoever you are, thank you. Because we need this. We need each other. Please share this out. Please put hashtags in the chat. And thank you. Thank you for all that you do. Is there a spiritual belief that is letting you down? Or that, should I put it this way? Is there a spiritual belief you have that you're working on? I'd love to hear some of those. What are some of the spiritual beliefs that you're working on? Well, I'm working on my faith. There's one. I'm working on my faith. The first thing I'm going to ask you when you tell me what the hell it's working on, what you're working on, I'm going to ask you what it means. In a practical sense, what does it mean? Because faith was like one of the first ones for me. It was like, what is faith? What is it? You're telling me to have faith. You're not really telling me what to have faith in. So I'm confused already. And then somebody goes, well, have faith in God. I'm like, what does that mean? Because if you look at it from the religious side, that means to have faith in a bunch of beliefs that some other human beings came up with. Why? Why should I care what some other human beings came up with? They're not God any more or less than I am. So what do I fucking care what they say it means? I need to know. I need to experience it. I need to be able to make use of this. Like I remember when I first can't even talk. When I first met the hugging saint, Amachi, in 1988, and recognized her incredible limitlessness and that I was connected directly to that. I was her, she was me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm made of that. Oh my God. Like I didn't have words at the time. But I couldn't hold it. After she left the States, I couldn't hold it all on my own. I had to grow into it. I had to go looking. I had to want it. I had to go looking. But if you look, you will find. You have to look with an open mind. You have to look with curiosity. You have to look with a yearning. You can't look with a, fuck, I'm not going to find this shit. Where is it? You'll never find it. That won't do a freaking thing for you. Honestly. Terry, if you're here, let me know if you're feeling better, honey. This is where we're going. As a human collective, this is where we're going. Hey, Iris is here. Hi, honey. So glad you could join. This is where we're going. But look at this. She's grounded. She's seriously grounded. That's why the spiritual has to be made practical. If you're in a body and you're trying to leave your body to connect with the divine, you're wishing for unaliveness. I don't get it. Hello, my darling. Thank you for calling me your rainbow. I like that. We have cards keep falling out of the tarot deck, so I will just keep sharing them with you. This card came out, Temperance. Temperance. It's like this. The masculine and the feminine, the internal and the external, the balancing. It's balance. We've just stepped out of the mental only construct of how to live. We are now in the feminine and the emotional and the intuitive. Oh, it's your sinuses. Ugh, yeah, been there, done that a lot. Yeah. This is our job, and it's not our job to make us right as if we were screwed up and wrong. That's not it. I mean, if you have a machine and the damn thing's not working for years, and then somebody comes along and goes, oh, well, it's missing that one piece that makes the whole thing go. Are you going to stand there and scream at the machine and go, you stupid so and so? You didn't even, like, you couldn't just work anyway? No, you're going to go, son of a bitch, why didn't anybody tell me? Now you're cooking with gas. Now you're cooking. Why the fuck didn't anybody tell you? Why didn't anybody tell you that your emotions were even more important than your brain? Why didn't anybody tell you that? Because we spent the last couple of millennia in the age of Pisces, where the whole deal was, let's see what it's like to be human by only using our mind and pretending we have no emotions. What a great freaking idea that was. And now here we are, we're back. And we're starting. We are starting this journey. This came in reversed. Seriously internal work. We're not talking about external love. We're talking about internal opening to caring. This is tough work to me. I'm working on this as we speak. I was very much set into an emotional set point of sadness as my identity. It's called an identity address. We all have one. We can move. But first we have to realize where we've been living. I've been living in the sadness of my 11-year-old who, when my mother got cancer, stepped into trying to be an adult and completely lost her ability to feel supported, to feel like life was safe at all. I mean, she lost it all and she just gave in to it. She just went, well, I guess there's no answer. I guess life is just fucked. Okay? So I built an entire life on this underpinning of this, well, I guess I'm doomed. No wonder I got depressed. No wonder I had 40 years of depression. Now you have something similar. I don't know what yours is, but you have one. You have some vibrational, emotional aspect of you that when you go looking for who am I, you go to that place. I'm the repressed one. I'm the well-behaved one. It's whatever that thing is that feels the strongest in what you've done throughout your life. And I know I've known for decades that I was the sad one, but I didn't know it was an identity address. Well, then as a Pisces, my darling, you are in seriously cool waters. You are coming out. Like the old, what's her name? Diana Ross song. I'm coming up. I want the world to see, to let it be. We're out of balance. We've learned the masculine, and it's been the toxic masculine. Fight. Fight hard. Fight as hard as you possibly can. And when you can't fight anymore, fight some more anyway. Just keep swinging. I can't fucking swing anymore. I'm goddamn tired. Oh, well, now what are you going to do? Now I'm going to let the other 90% of me heal me. Now I'm going to rest. I'm going to give myself some relief. I'm going to give a shit about myself. I'm going to let myself matter. Swimming, walking, singing, writing, chocolate, ice cream, whatever you want. It, here's the thing. It's not the external that matters. It doesn't matter. If it makes, and I mean, let's put in here the caveat that we're not out here to hurt people. So, hey, Paragon, yay, I'm so glad you're here. We're not out here to go, well, it doesn't matter what I do because as long as it makes me feel better, screw everybody else. That's not the deal. That's not it. But if you're not managing the thermostat of your internal temperature, yay! Yay, Paragon. Oh my God, that's so good. Paragon bought a piece of my artwork on a tote bag. Yeah, baby. You're unlimited. You are an unlimited being. You're completely unlimited. And what I learned, because I got that emotional identity at the age of 11. 11. Right? 11. You're just 11, you're still, hopefully you're still just playing and you're like, I'll figure out who I am. This is cool. I don't know. You haven't quite hit puberty. And you're just like, I'm a little badass. And if you're a girl, this is the last gasp of you not giving a shit about what men or boys think of you. I got hijacked into my mother is sick and she's going to die. That became my identity. I'm the one whose mother is dying. I'm that one. That's who I am. That's the feeling. That's who I became. Internally, invisibly. Because when you are young, when you are a little kid and you are growing into your adulthood and you are like trying to figure out who the hell you are, this is one of the ways that you do it is by going, where's the place in me that I feel the most secure? Well, the only security I had was I'm the sad one. So I've built an entire life on that, which means I've been living in a suit of armor my entire life, to one degree or another, because an 11-year-old cannot defend herself. All she knows is this unexpected thing happened. It's kicking my ass. I don't know how to handle it. And I'm overwhelmed. And I'm powerless. At 11 years old, I feel powerless. So knowing that, now what I'm doing is I'm feeling it. I feel it every day right now. I feel it. Physically feel it. I feel it in the tension in my heart. I feel it in the tenseness of my fascia. I think I can. That's what I think I'm feeling. I see it in the tenor of my thoughts, which are not as hopeful and forward-looking as I would like them to be. So one thing I know I cannot do is push the whole thing out or ignore it or shoot on it or whatever. That's the old patriarchal masculine only, mental only way of approaching things, and it doesn't freaking work. It just keeps you in the loop of self-blame and self-hurt. That's what it does. What's the answer? The answer is the feminine. It's the quiet. It's the consideration of yourself. It's the compassion for yourself. It's a moment of relief. It's it's beauty. It's letting yourself off the hook. That's what it is. I am so glad that tote bag looks great. By the way, you are the first and last one who's going to get that exact copy of that brain, of that particular brain on that image. I have a different one I'm uploading now because I found out that it was, unbeknownst to me, it was protected by copyright. So I can't leave it there because I'd get sued. So you have a one of a kind, my darling. And I'm noodling around with different places to put my merch on. And so I've got, what the hell is it? Redbubble is one of them. Let me see if I can find one. I'm trying to connect to the TikTok shop. I'm trying to do all these different things. But anyway, let me see if I can find the Redbubble one. come on, Redbubble. Here we go. So here's my Redbubble shop. At least I know there's others. It's not mine. See, there are different, there's a place called Pixabay.com where you can go and you can get images that you can use all over the place and you don't have to pay anybody for their use. And I thought it came from there. And I know something in me was telling me, you better check this. So I went on to images.google.com and I said, is this copyrighted? And it went, you bet your ass it is. And I went, oh, shoot. I don't want to get sued because I've been sued before for that. I was sued like $2,500 and I freaked out because I was still pretty much homeless. Oh, excuse me. And I went to prepaid legal and paid for $25 for a month, and somebody wrote an email for me. An attorney wrote an email. Anyway, long story short, it got brought down to $600, and then they let me pay them $200 a month for 3 months. So. But I don't want to go through that again. You are the lucky tater tot. I like that. I'm the lucky tater tot. This is a big day, you guys. Now, my system is telling me, not my system, but my computer system, is telling me that there are 3 people in here with me. I don't know what your system is telling you, but that's what this TikTok live studio thing is telling me. And I'm going to announce something to you because this is a big freaking day. 4? You see 4? Okay. Thank you. For 20 some years, I have been trying to synthesize all that I know, all that I've lived, all that I can teach, and try to find a way to explain it, understand it, bring it to you. Like, it's been a long, long, long journey. Today, I was on my free Thursday meeting for women in business, which is called the Round Table. And I shared with them what had happened for me last weekend when I performed my first wedding. And it threw me, various things about the whole experience threw me into grief and into the next stage of my healing, which is good. Not comfy, but good. And so I was telling them about that, and then I told them, I said, look, I'm over here building a universe. I'm building a way to perceive life. It has been a long time coming, Iris. Preach, child, yes. And I said, I really don't know how to even talk about it. I said, but here's the deal. So I started going into all the stuff about it, about the patriarchal castle, the patriarchal tower, how we are programmed, and how so much of the suffering that we have is unnecessary. We still have to suffer. We're on planet Earth. The son of a bitch place makes us suffer. What are you going to do? But we don't have to keep pitching our tent in the same area for years or decades or lifetimes at a time. We don't have to do that anymore because that was the age of Pisces and we're in the age of Aquarius, which is also a long time coming, Iris. We're in a new age, literally. I know it's hard to grasp, but it's nonetheless true. And I realized, this is the me that I've been building my life on, the sad one, the helpless one, the one who can't change things, the one who's too young. OMG. And what I've done with that and started doing immediately when that whole thing happened was I put on my armor. Like, I'm too little, I'm too powerless, I've got to protect myself. No child sits down and goes, let me think about this. Let me see, how can I protect myself? I'm going to put on some inner armor. No, you just do it. So what do I have to do to not do that? Well, I can't start ripping armor off. Committing an act of unkindness like that against yourself is not going to help. It's going to make you double down and protect yourself. Thank you for the laughter, Iris. So what do? Do you have to take a match and like melt the thing? Like, what do you have to do? And in a way, yes, you do. Kindness, compassion, giving yourself some emotional oxygen. This is where the power truly lives. And the only reason that we don't see it is because we've been trained to believe that this is the only power we have, and it's a big fat lie. This takes all the wisdom of this and gives it to you in a nice, tidy package. But you can't start from nice, tidy package. Sorry, not how it works. You don't come into this life as a 92-year-old and age backwards. It doesn't work that way. Thank God your mother would kick your ass. Iris, thank you. She says, you already got this, sister. That's so sweet. Thank you. I literally feel your support. I thank you. So this is good. This is a process. And because the training by me, now I'm not talking from a victim status, but the training by me over all the years, because it was the only way I knew to keep alive and keep going, was to be like this throughout my life, internally. I'm not saying I beat people up. I'm not saying that I'm a mean individual. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about an internal emotional, what's the word? Status, position, bracing against the world. I think every one of us has that in some way or another. We have that. How are you? Fine. What's your name? Lori? Hi, nice to meet you. How are you? Like, I'm so glad to meet you. Yeah, it's good to know. Are you going to hurt me? Like, underneath it all, it's like this. Okay, now what the patriarchal castle rules tell you is that you must fight the fight. Do you know what that does to us? It makes it worse. It makes us even more steely and even more bound up. It's terrible advice. The castle, the patriarchal castle, loves it when you get determined to fight something. There are times fighting is necessary, but fighting is the only answer the castle has. And when you buy into that, you're like, well, the only way to do this is to fight that MFer. When you do that, the patriarchal castle throws a goddamn party below stairs. Ha, she fell for it again. Because it's kindness, it's compassion, it's love, it's expansion, it's oxygen, it's wondering instead of being certain, it's awe. Stuff like that. That really shifts things for you. If you are over the age of 25, you've already at least started to suspect that your best efforts aren't good enough. So you know what lesson you learned from the patriarchal castle? Well, it must be your fault. I didn't try hard enough. I didn't know the right way. The whole setup is a big fat lie. Because what's happened is you've been given 10% of the 100% of who you are as tools to be successful in this world. You've been given awareness of 10%. That's it. Is there any job that you can think of that if they gave you 10% of the tools you needed, that you would sit for it if they came to you afterwards and said, well, we didn't give you 90% of the jobs, but it's really your fault? You think you'd sit still for that? I don't think so. By the way, please share this out. Please hit the what am I trying to say? The screen, more hearts helps get me out to the FYP. So, thank you very much for that too, by the way. I appreciate it. I want you to understand that the way that we've been programmed is to keep ourselves imprisoned by going according to those patriarchal rules that say you're not much. You are, I'm a humanist. Are you kidding? And yeah, whatever the fuck you're doing here is weird. So either tell us it's a joke or you can leave. We're not going to keep talking to you because that's not what we're here for. So either pull up a chair and get some healing, or get blocked. Okay, you chose blocked. No problem. Okay. Okie dokie. Muted and blocked. We don't we don't need that kind of energy in here. Okay. That kind of behavior, it's survival. Weird as it is, it's like survival energy. It is. It's always any stupid shit that we do, any of us, is a survival tactic. So, beginning to understand that about ourselves and giving ourselves compassion for it means that we get to soften and really receive the real message we're waiting to receive, which is like, I'm scared. So that we can go, okay, I hear you. I'm sorry. I know I am scared. Okay, how can I address this? How can I soothe this? How can I shift this? If we don't do that, we just keep fighting. We're just hurting ourselves on purpose. It's not good. It's not practical. It's not successful. What the hell are we doing? But we haven't been taught to look at it that way, and now you have. And we keep talking about this stuff because it takes more than one time to understand what the hell's going on and how we've been programmed and muted and oppressed and controlled and all the rest of it. And worst of all, we've been taught how to do it to ourselves. I'm not talking about your issues and your traumas. I'm talking about sheer programming. Believe that you are only human. Believe that you have no power. Believe that you are enslaved to whatever happens in your life and you have no impact on it other than praying to some amorphous deity and saying, please rescue me. I mean, come on. Ain't you tired, Miss Hilly? I am. I'm tired. I'm How long do we keep doing the same things over and over again? The petition prayer. Nothing really wrong with it per se, because it really depends on where you're coming from. It depends on where you're coming from. But if you really do feel absolutely powerless and helpless in your life, you go, please, God, please give me this thing. You're either going to have to shift in some way to where you're like, I allow the goodness in, or you're going to have to get used to no answer. I mean, there's just not a lot of opportunities in that. Where there's tons of opportunities in, guess what? I'm limitless. I am energy first. Therefore, if I'm energy first and I'm connected to the divine, what the hell can't I do, have, or be? And we get burnt out. Thank you, Iris. We get burned out because we keep relying on this. It's a brilliant tool. Oh my God. Brilliant. But it ain't everything, and it doesn't come first. The only reason you do anything, or I do anything, is because, and this is quoting Abraham Hicks, is because we think that we will feel better in the having, being, or doing of it. It's not because we think we're going to think better. It's because we think we're going to feel better if we have it, be it, or do it. So how can we rely on the mind for that shit? The mind organizes the experience. The emotion has the fucking experience, so have the fucking experience. Harder than it sounds, right? Yesterday I was so tied in knots. I mean, bigger ones than today. Because all I knew to do was fight it. And I could feel the lack of calm and the lack of relaxation inside of me. And then I was fighting the lack of calm, and then I was trying to fight the fighting, and like it was gnarly in here. Really gnarly. You were snapping all day. Yeah, and that yeah. And then the patriarchal loop tells us to, if you do something that's wrong, you better blame yourself in order to make it right. That's all bullshit. No, if you sit down and go, God damn, I'm snapping. Fuck. What's going on? Well, God, I'm sick of this job, or God, I'm tired of being ill, or whatever. Listen to yourself. What are you feeling? I'm feeling like so frustrated. Really? Yeah, I know. I am you, so I know you feel frustrated. I do too. Talk to me though. Is there something specific or is it something else? Have a relationship with yourself. What a concept. Have a relationship with you. Watch the nature of your energy shift and watch your whole freaking life shift over time as you continue to do that. Because you've never in your life heard of or met an enlightened being who wasn't full of light. It's right there in the title, enlightened. It's not darkened. These people who are enlightened, they can feel pain. I've seen it. I know this to be true. They can, they can cry. But mostly they're in joy because they are focused on their identity address, which is within which this body takes place. They're aware. They can focus. It's so compelling that it's easy for them to focus. Some days are just shit. What can I tell you? And the point is not to make them better. The point is to treat you better within it. That's the whole thing. How can I live the quality of life I want to live, no matter what's happening? That is a very different game. That's 180 degrees different. What are you doing? My cat's doing weird things. That's 180 degrees different than the game, the corporate game of be miserable until you get your $1 million. The only problem is you practiced being miserable so much, you have $1 million and now you're a miserable millionaire. Terrific. What a great use of time. So you can hear the frustration and the anger in my tone. I'm not angry at you. And in a really interesting way, I'm not mad at me. I'm mad at that state of affairs. And that's where the oxygen is. Here's the state of affairs. What the WTF? What is happening over here? Then I'm over here. I'm the one who has to deal with this shit. Oh, what's in between? That's your bridge, and you can build it. Right now, you've got a default bridge of you freaking dumbass. How could you feel that way? You're so stupid. You're going to have to go get 20 more years of therapy. You're going to have to do this. And the tower wants you to go, well, then I have to be incredibly happy all the time. I have to go to the other extreme. I have to be perfect. I'm such a happy person. I knew somebody like that. She ended up unaliving herself. You can't go that far from yourself that you can't survive, because then you can't do it. And this is why we have therapists. This is why we have spiritual leaders. This is why we have best friends. This is why we have parents when they're good parents. This is why we have good relationships to lean on. is to how, please hold me in mercy. I can't do it right now. I'm trying to learn how to do it. And in the meantime, can you get me at least up off the ledge? Like I'm hanging on like this, but I'm like, can you get me to be standing on the ledge instead of hanging on it? Your best friend, like mine did last night, went, yep, I'm right here. Let's go. Great. Okay, so I'll see you later. Bye. I love you. I'm now standing on the ledge. You know how much better that is than this? It's a difference between life and not life. It's kind of big. Here's something I was talking to my colleagues about on my Thursday meeting today. These 5 women who were in there. I was talking about how one thing I know for sure is that as I become more and more unequivocally resonant with myself, who I am, rather than who I'm not, the world around me has got to conform to it because it's energy too. Everything is energy. We're all part of the same body of energy. So as I stay as me, figuring out where is me, what parts are me, what parts have to be thrown because it's like, yeah, that's not really me. What parts have to be softened to because I think they're me so much that they cling to me like the alien in the movie of the same name. Busting out of my chest, right? As I resonate more with who I am, my life becomes different. And that's what faith is. That's faith in yourself. It's faith in your energetic ability to hold. Here's who I am. Here's what I love. Here's what I believe. And it makes me feel free instead of. That's the real meaning of free will. To choose that. That's free fucking will. Free will to realize your divinity. Free will to recognize that you have the ability to bring in all of the qualities of divinity and experience them at will. No, I can't. I'm unworthy. Oh, bullshit. You are worth. You are worth. You were made of God's stuff. So actually, where you're running around going, it's blasphemy, you're actually blaspheming by not bringing the love into your own life and the compassion into your own self. We've been taught it backwards for a reason, because the patriarchal world wanted control. They did it extremely effectively, but you might have noticed it's falling apart. It's all falling apart, and that's good. But what it means is that simultaneously, and this is what's happening on a grand scale, as it starts to recede, we have to move forward in doing things from our own real place. We have to connect with each other. We have to help each other. We have to come up with new ways of doing things and new ways of seeing things. I wonder if there's a way to attach something here. I don't know if there is. Excuse me. Anyway, today is a giant day. I was going to tell you about this. Today is enormous for me. So here it was, 20 years, whatever the heck it was, looking for a way to synthesize everything that I know, everything that I have lived and continue to live, everything that I can teach. And after I spoke with these women at my meeting today and told them all about what I'm building over here, and I was able to describe a lot of it, I got off the call with them. They were so loving. They were so considerate and compassionate and loving. And I got off the call and I got into my car and I realized exactly what the center of my message is, finally. The center of my message is I make spirituality practical. There's not a way in hell I would have come up with that before today, which is frustrating, but there it is. I would never have come up with it before. I make spirituality practical so you can be free of the bullshit and live the life you came here to frickin' live. I make it clear for you so the truth can set you free in your way. I'm not here to give you another 3-step program to make you more self-confident, but I can help you with self-confidence. It's an interesting thing. Because self-confidence means not continuing to put your faith, whatever that is, into somebody external. It's about you. And there are ways to do that. And I do that with my coaching, with the acting aspect of my coaching and the improv and the storytelling and all of that. I've gotten people, women and men, to come out of this sense of I'm limited and stop holding back and be able to be free to be who they came here to be. And I didn't tell them what to be. I just got the shit out of the way. I just went, look at this. You're holding this. Let's do something that's different than that. And then they go, okay, let's do it. And then they look back at that. They go, that is what I used to think like 5 minutes ago. I'm not thinking that anymore. I'm like, good. Because it's all bullshit. So now that you see that you really are that big, what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to go out and be big. What a concept. What, you're going to go out and do what now? Well, I mean, I don't know, but I'm going to not be hampered by this idea that I'm not worthy or I'm not allowed or I'm too damaged and all that's all patriarchal crap. That's what it is. It's patriarchal tower rules. Stay in your little tower. Stay there. And in fact, to keep you there, we're going to tell you that these rules that we made up, it's really not what's holding you back. It's not the rules holding you back. It's your issues. It's your faults. No, it isn't. It's the patriarchal rules. It's not you're not fundamentally damaged. Have you been impacted and programmed? And yeah, you have. So have I. We all have. But the longer we live in this idea that, well, I have no power, I'm trapped, I'm only human. This is the most empowering piece of lie, crazy nonsense. And it is so central to how we see the world. So what we need to do to exit that is to experience something different. Experience it. Be like, oh my God, I didn't know I could do that. I could never be a public speaker. Let's get you up on stage. Now, let's talk about how terrifying this is. It is terrifying. Are you making fun of me? No, I'm not making fun of you. This is terrifying. I mean, look at all of the space out there. Like, what are you supposed to do with it? I know, it sucks. It's a lot. Yeah. Okay. So repeat after me. My name is Mark. My name is Mark. Okay, cool. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Lori. Okay, now Mark, how was that? Well, it was just my name. Of course, that was easy. Good. Because that's where we start always. You start at the next easy place. What? Just follow me. Okay. Okay, Mark, I'm going to go sit in the front row. It's about 30 feet from you because it's a tall stage. And I want you to introduce yourself to me. And you're going to have to speak up just a little bit because otherwise they won't hear you, right? Yeah? Okay, so here I go. You down into the audience. Sit down. Okay. Hi, Mark. My name's Lori. What do you want me to do? No, I need you to speak up. I can't hear. What do you want me to do? I want you to tell me your name. Say, my name is, and tell me your name. My name is Mark. Oh, hi. Hi. How'd that feel? Stupid. This is how this stuff works. We are beings in a flow. We're not God, we're not machines. We flip a switch and we're good. We're unfolding amazing things. Hi, Moses. We are amazing, but we're not machines. We are caterpillars becoming butterflies. That's who we are. And if you want to just go, well, give me the magic pill and I'll be finished. There's no way to reach you. You've just blocked yourself from you. I can't help you with that. I cannot reach into your being and get you to wake up and go, oh, maybe there's some other way that I can reach me and that I can experience life in a direct way and blah, blah, blah. There's no way I can do that for you unless you really want it. But that is my work. And today I realized this is the center of my work, is that I make the spiritual practical. That's what I've done my whole life for me. And it's what I teach to other people in any way they need it. Whether they want to be an actor, a solopreneur, a public speaker, a scientist, whatever the hell it is that they're trying to do, that they're going, I can't, because there's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't do or be or have. Nothing. Fundamentally, I'm not saying that you can have whatever you want. Go to the store and pick it out. I'm saying if you really, really want something, you can move into it. You are not limited by this earth plane. Paragon, yes, and yes, and yes. We're far better than machines or AI. We have to explore our limitlessness. Explore. It's the exploration that we're here for. Trust me, this drives me nuts. I was brought up the same world you were. I want some shit now. I want the $1 million now. I want the comfort now. I want the beautiful house now. I want the people who can help me grow my business now. I want the cast of characters who can do my marketing for me now. I want it now. I want it now. I can't have it right now in form, but I can start to bring in the pieces of it vibrationally by getting out of the, it's not here. The longer I stay in that energy, not only do I rack out my own nervous system and not have a good time at all in my life, really, I keep the energy I want away from me. It doesn't mean I have to walk around like a Zen master either. Everything is fabulous. And that's where my mind tends to go. And it's wrong. My mind's wrong. I have to be fabulous. Every moment I'm so at one with, oh God. It's why it's called a spiritual path. You can't take a freaking red or blue pill and boom, you're good. And times like this that I'm in, me personally right now, where I'm feeling a lot of anger and I'm feeling a lot of grief and I'm feeling a lot of frustration, the challenge for me is not to double down on it by kicking my own ass. But it also doesn't mean that I need to go to, it's okay, everything's, nah! No, laughter helps, and going swimming helps, and talking to friends helps, and drawing helps, and creating stuff like this, helps. It's not a one and done, and it's not a formulaic thing where I can tell you exactly what you need to do. I don't know what you need to do, other than telling you, you do need to chill the fuck out. You need to get off the hook. You have to let yourself off the hook. But first you have to understand that there is a hook. Because what you believe right now is that that's just reality. And it's not. It's the reality we've been sold. The real reality is limitless and energetic. And you can play in that field literally forever. Anyway. This day is a big day. What day is it? 5/21. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8 day. 6, 7, 9. It's a 9 day. Okay. Because I added in the year. So I'm going to take this big day, this big understanding of where I am, what I'm doing, what my purpose, my self-assigned purpose, how it is defined by me, for you, and for myself first. And I'm going to take that, I'm going to sit with it. And I'm putting out information about what I'm doing lately, and if people want to buy, and if people want to grow with me, and they want to follow me, and they want to have a better quality of life from a perspective that they can make their own, so they don't need to keep buying more workshops, fix themselves, like all that crap, then that's what I'm offering. That's what I'm living, and that's what I'm unfolding. I'm not going to do the bro marketing, the bro business bullshit. I'm not doing it. Never worked for me. And my God, am I not old enough to just believe myself? I'm going to market. Of course I'm going to market. But I'm inviting in the magic. 90% of the magic. And that's weird AF. That is weird, weird, weird. It is not what we were trained to do. It's not what I was trained to do. It absolutely is it's an amazing way of going, hold your own feet to the fire, bitch. Are you going to do this? Are you going to like sit back and not do sometimes because you know that you need to make room for like the allowing of the path of least resistance? And like, what are you talking about? You're going to do it anyway, even though you don't know what you're talking about? Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, because the other way didn't work. And it didn't work for like decades. So what the hell? I have a choice. I either tell myself it's because of me because I'm too stupid. Not true. God hates me. Not true. Or I haven't figured out what makes this shit work. Ding, 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 ding. The energy makes it work. It's the only thing that makes it work. Now I just have to get enough out of my own tower and patriarchal castle internalized shit to keep pulling myself a little bit further and further away from that belief in any moment that I can remember that, oh yeah, that's right, that's another moment. And until suddenly I have stepped far enough away, I've pulled the camera far enough back that I go, oh, I see it now. Okay, that's okay. I'll just feel this thing because it's really not bigger than me. It's made of me. So it's smaller than it's, let me look at this. Let me look at this. Instead of, get away from me, I'll never survive you. Different game. It's a very, very different game from the I'm fucked. I'm never going to get out of this. Like, it's a very different game. It's a very different life. And it's very different externals that then come in and interact with you and keep you excited and happy to be alive. Even though being alive is like one of the toughest freaking assignments in the galaxy, apparently. That's what I keep hearing in these different YouTube things is if you have come to this planet, you're a freaking badass, man. You are. Because this is not easy. This is where you come to forget who you are so you can remember who you are. Whoever set this game up is nuts, but that's the game. You came here to be in a place where you go, so-and-so died, I'm never going to make it. And meanwhile, they're standing there in vibrational form going, I'm still here. But you can't feel them, you can't hear them. This is a tough freaking gig, you guys. What the hell? What the hell? Stop believing the patriarchal bullshit that says thou shalt be happy 100% of the time or you have failed. How about thou shalt feel and make room for the flow of that energy 100% of the time? Or hell, forget that. 10% of the time. How about that instead? How about changing the whole freaking quality of your life by small steps? Because the small steps are the ones that the guards at the patriarchal tower doors can't see. They can see it when you go, okay, here we go. We're going to fight. They've already got you on the ground. You've got a pike through your chest. Forget about it. But if you like sidle up to the door, hi, just want to make sure you've got, do you need any iced tea or, you know what I mean? They don't see that coming. And you're like, I'll just get you some iced tea. Whoosh, I'm out. Where'd you go? I don't know. minute you believe that there's no way out, you have fallen to your knees in front of the patriarchal tower boss, the king of the castle. The patriarchal shoulds, the masculine only directives, the religious garbage that says read the Bible as if it were a book of true tales. These are not true tales. They are allegories. They are how-to manuals for how you can live and grow as a human, as a spirit in a human body. So anytime that we allow ourselves to be beaten up, the answer from the inside, the answer is not more of the same. And figuring out how to be kindly responsive to ourselves is a big honking job. It's huge. It's not endless. It's not undoable. It's not ununderstandable. But it's a big honking job. I mean, I just started this like a week ago, and I'm a bloody mess right now. Because the first place you become aware of is all the shit that you've done to cover up your natural self. And you're like, Jesus, God, it's violent in there. Because, you know, the first person I meet is this one. The one that my 11-year-old put in front of her so that she could survive as an 11-year-old in a very adult situation. Anybody who's a survivor of any kind has that. And in my opinion, we're all survivors. Because none of us has been brought up in a world where our emotions and our reactions and everything else were respected, listened to, and we were helped to understand how to move through emotion into becoming more. We were all taught hide away or fight it, or like we were taught one thing, the nature of one thing, toxic masculine only. We weren't even taught divine masculine only, toxic masculine only. No good. Doesn't work. Does not work. And the reason I sound so passionate today, which admittedly I do every day, is because I'm so not thrilled, because this is what I feel the fight. I've learned that dance. I haven't learned the other dances. I have to teach myself the other dances. I don't know what they are. It's hard. That's okay. I don't mind it being hard. I mean, I fucking hate that it's hard. But I also don't mind that it's hard. Because the reward on the other side is more of me released. More of my energy. More available to myself, and therefore more available to you. Nice side benefit. I went on something today, a meeting of this woman's, and I've known her for, I don't know, maybe 5-6 months now. And I kept forgetting that her meeting was at 10 o'clock Eastern. I kept thinking it was at 11, so I kept missing it because I'd show up at 11 and nobody there. And so this morning I showed up and I'm like, hey, how are you? Good to see you. She's like, so you finally figured out it's at 10. I went, oh, hush. She wanted to like bitch at me, but I'm big enough, and I was big enough in that moment as well, that it didn't trigger me. I was just like, chill out, babe. It's all good. And she laughed and I laughed, and it wasn't a thing. Because bigger. That's what we're practicing. Make more room for you. Just make more room for you. You're not here to learn lessons to tell you what a dumbass you are. You're here to learn lessons of how bigger you can be. Vibrationally, energetically, emotionally, joyously, crazily, explorationally. That's not even a word. You know what I mean? That's what we're here for. And we get into situations that we can't get out of, where we're like, this is a freaking nightmare. I don't know how to get out of it. Oh my God, I hate this. I hate me. I hate everything. I hate God. I hate everything. Fuck this. We get into that. And then we're like, I'm failing. You're not failing. You're being brought to a place. I mean, this is a truth. It's not a truth that you generally think about when you're in the middle of suffering, okay? Just saying. But the suffering goes to the point at which you go, I have had enough. Holy crap. That's the place where some people do surrender. They go, never mind, I can't keep fighting this. Fine. Fine. Never mind. And then something shifts. Something changes. Why? Because you waited for the right moment? No. Because you became released. You became open in that moment. It only takes like a moment. And we keep trying to create that moment, and it doesn't quite work that way. It's more like you hear in all the spirituals, it's like becoming a little kid. And yes, Abigail, absolutely. If I'm a dumbass, I'm a dumbass. But here's the difference, and I know you'll agree with this. Calling myself a dumbass when I've been a dumbass and laughing about it is one thing. Calling myself a dumbass and making myself suffer because now I feel guilty and small and stupid, that's more of the patriarchal castle rules. Excuse me. And both can be happening at the same time. And recognizing, thank you, yeah. And so recognizing which quality and in what amounts are present is where the work is. It's very, very personal, isn't it? Ugh, you stupid, you dumbass. God. That kind, when I feel it inside, is like, oh, God, that was real stupid. I'm not doing that again. It's a recognition. It's a lightness about it. It's okay. It's like, yeah, that was stupid. I'm not doing that again. But if, oh, you fucking idiot. Oh, how could you do that? How could you do that? Oh. That's a good thing to feel for a minute. Good thing to feel for whatever length of time you would like to feel it to get the message. But message is not hard to get. The real message is, what's the pain underneath that? That's what we're trying to open to. That's what we're trying to adjust. Can I get the real message, the real expansive, open door message? Can I get that, please? And it always, without fail, makes the suffering of that moment or those moments worth it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Abigail. And how good for you. When it's the voice of your parents, you stop myself. They always called us too stupid to be anything. Yeah. In this world, yeah. And that goes into you. That goes into your body, your musculature as an energetic setting. So you can think about it all you want. Go, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe. But meanwhile, your body is on a different setting. And that's why it's so important that we go to that place. We go to the energetic. We that's the patriarchy to you. I get it. I totally get it. The guards at the castle door, some of them have the faces of your parents. I get it. But part of the healing is when we can go up to whatever that thing is, that person is, that memory is, in a different way than we've gone up to it before. And it's usually going up to it in a softness, in a defenseless, not without defensiveness, not without security, but just like being so at the core of our truth that there's nothing more to say. Like, I imagine you walking up to your parents at the tower doors and going, just looking at them in the face and going, it's not true. Because now you can see their pain. You see the shit that made them act that way. And it doesn't mean that you go, it's okay, you can still call me stupid. No. But the only thing left to say is, you're wrong. And they stand there stupefied because they want you to keep fighting. You're just like, it's just not true. And you walk around them and you're out of the castle. Again. This is really, really, really magical stuff. And I so have lived most of my adult life figuring out what is it that stands, that really I can reach out, in, through, up, down, and experience life in this world before I'm enlightened in a way that lightens my journey, that frees me. The memory of that is the whole deal, Abigail, isn't it? That's where it lives. That's the installed patriarchal town. And so it's up to us to remove a brick and look through the wall. It's up to us to go up to the guards and go, that's how it used to be, and I'm actually leaving. I'm going out. I'm going outside now. And we come in and out and in and out and in and out, I think, until we become fully enlightened. But the minute we go, I've got to be enlightened, we're back in the tower, which wants what it wants you to want one thing, and only one way to get there, and only you're right or you're wrong. Everything that makes you feel limited, stupid, and hurt. Thank you, Abigail. Okay, I have a meeting in 4 minutes, and I have to send her a Zoom link. So I'm going to go, but I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, 4 or 5 Eastern. Not quite sure yet. And I love you, and we are all in this together. And we deserve all the kindness in the world. So it's okay if we give ourselves just lots of love. Night, night. Big love. Love that, Abigail. Big, big love. Thank you for being in my life, you guys. You make it all better. See you tomorrow.